Today, Mars is a cold, frozen desert with all of its water trapped in polar ice caps. But what was it like in the past? Was it ever a warmer, wetter place? Evidence shows that 3 to 4 billion years ago, Mars was warmer and wetter. But how long that climate lasted and just how much water there was remains a question. The answer to that question may be whether or not Mars had an ocean in its distant past. The theory of oceans on Mars has existed since telescopes were pointed at the planet over 2 centuries ago. And when the first satellites arrived and began sending back photographs in the 1970s, they sent back images of large geological formations suggesting ancient shorelines. The 6 satellites in orbit around Mars today send back images down to a resolution of 25 centimeters per pixel, similar to what you'd see on Google Earth. This greater level of accuracy has led to some original ocean features being reinterpreted, but it's also led to the identification of smaller, more subtle features. The interpretation of geological features from satellite images is far from perfect, and it actually often involves the interpretation of 3D shapes from 2-dimensional images. And because topographic maps of Mars are often at a much lower resolution than imagery, it's difficult to confirm if topographic interpretations are actually accurate. So, to address this uncertainty, it is possible to generate higher resolution topographic maps from stereo images in a process similar to human depth perception. Just as each eye views an object from a different angle, and the brain then interprets that to form a 3-dimensional view of the world, taking 2 satellite images of the same location on Mars, taken from different angles, can be used to digitally produce high-resolution 3-dimensional maps of the surface. So, at this point, I've produced high-definition 3-dimensional maps of the surface of Mars covering an area larger than Wales. So far, I've been mapping geological features based on imagery and topography. Early results show what looks like a system of lakes and rivers emptying into what was an ancient ocean at different levels. Thank you very much.